Is this thing on? Is this thing on? Okay, it's on.
Everybody comes in, your grandmother, everybody comes in, your grandmother, your father, your mother, your brother, your cousins. They come in so easily, so crazy, so crazy. Everybody comes in, your grandmother, everybody comes in, your grandmother.
In case you don't know, and you haven't seen the latest polls, the American people hold the President of the United States in contempt. They hold this institution in contempt. They hold the Republican Party in contempt. They hold the Democratic Party in contempt. They think that maybe, given all of the crises facing this country, it's about time that there was some bold leadership here and that this institution made some hard choices.
They felt pretty comfortable after day 2.
Who are you worried about? I'll tell you who I'm worried about. I'm worried about the fact that our workers are seeing a decline in their standard of living. They want to see our industry be rebuilt. That's what they want to see. No more B-2 bombers. No more Star Wars. Let's make the quality products we need. Let's invest in American industry. No, I won't yield. Who are you worried about?
$7 million for reef fish management, $25 billion to combat Asian carp, $2.5 billion to count the number of amberjack fish in the Gulf of Mexico.
He was not a loser. He was a patriot, and the people left behind there were heroes. And I resent like hell. I'm talking about my son, Bo Biden. You're talking about
I don't know, Bo. I know Hunter. Hunter got thrown out of the military. He was thrown out, dishonorably discharged.
That's not true. It wasn't dishonorably.
Cocaine use, and he didn't have a job until you became vice president.
I admit to always improving.
And this is just the beginning of America First.
Antifa exists.
$7 million for reef fish management, $25 billion to combat Asian carp, $2.5 billion to count the number of amberjack fish in the Gulf of Mexico.
It's not that they don't want to help. They don't know quite what to do. Play the radio. Make sure the television, make sure you have the record player on at night, the phone. Make sure the kids hear words.
Ladies and gentlemen, leaders and fighters for freedom and liberty and the American dream, the best is yet to come.
They felt pretty comfortable after day 2. They felt pretty comfortable after day 2. They felt pretty comfortable after day 2.
Everybody comes in, your grandmother, everybody comes in, everybody comes in, your grandmother, everybody comes in, your grandmother, everybody comes in, your grandmother, your father, everybody comes in, your grandmother, your...
No, seriously, hot sauce. I've been eating a lot of hot sauce, a lot of raw peppers and hot sauce.
They weren't coming because they couldn't get in. Once they think they can get in, they're coming, and they are coming at levels that you haven't even seen yet.
Early in the morning, they went to the table with the black robe, the black shield, and they pulled out the votes. They went to the table with the black robe, with the black robe, the black shield, with the black robe, with the black robe, the black shield, and they pulled out the votes.
They're coming all over the place. They're coming all over the place. They're coming all over the place. Everybody comes in your grandmother. Everybody comes in your grandmother. Everybody comes in your grandmother.
You're dying. That's true. And it is what it is.
Not good. Believe me, not good. Did you use the word smart? So you said you went to Delaware State, but you forgot the name of your college. You didn't go to Delaware State. You graduated either the lowest or almost the lowest in your class. Don't ever use the word smart with me. Don't ever use that word.
Oh, give me a break.
Because you know what? There's nothing smart about you, Joe. Did you? Well, you have to understand, the first time I ever heard of Black Lives Matter, they were chanting, pigs in a blanket, talking about police. Pigs, talking about our police. Pigs in a blanket, fry them like bacon.
Running against the worst candidate in the history of presidential politics puts pressure on me. Could you imagine if I lose my whole life? What am I going to do? I'm going to say, I lost to the worst candidate in the history of politics. I'm not going to feel so good. Maybe I'll have to leave the country. I don't know.
But I think the juxtaposition of that and the woman dancing in the shoe, but the woman with the leaking pussy and the bucket and the mop and the whole thing and the girl dancing in the shoe, that's all okay thing. Now again, I'm not saying that shouldn't be allowed. She's got a wet pussy. What are you going to do about it?
No good. No good.
No good. Really bad for you.
And where it should have stopped is at the deal standpoint, when they thought about it.
8 months after his alleged meeting with the Burmese executives, so this Burmese, they say, pronounce it Burmese, a real beautiful company. 8 months after his alleged meeting with the Burmese executives, so this Burmese, they say, pronounce it Burmese, a real beautiful company. We've ended the war on American energy. We were in war. And we've ended the war on beautiful, clean coal.
Everybody comes in your grandmother. Everybody comes in your grandmother. Yeah.
And then they have cans of soup. And they throw the cans of soup. That's better than a brick because you can't throw a brick, it's too heavy. But a can of soup, you can really put some power into that, right? And then when they get caught, they say, no, this is soup from my family. They're so innocent. This is soup from my family. It's incredible. And you have people coming over with bags of soup, big bags of soup, and they lay it on the ground, and the anarchists take it and they start throwing it at our cops, at our police.
That was an opinion of somebody. That was an opinion of somebody, and that was a retweet. I'll put it out there. People can decide for themselves how to take a decision.
Isn't it wonderful to allow protesting now?
The world is actually a small piece of the universe, right?
Oh, seriously, hot sauce. I've been eating a lot of hot sauce, a lot of raw peppers and hot sauce.
Same, Hillary.
There's an old saying in Tennessee, I know it's in Texas, probably in Tennessee, that says, "Fool me once, shame on you." If fool me, we can't get fooled again. There's an old...
Fuck. What's up, folks? How's it going? Welcome to the show where I realize that as soon as the intro is done that I don't have the webcam set up, so you're gonna have to give me some extra time. You're gonna have to give me some more time here. You know, I'm a one-person operation. You think I have a producer? No, bitch, I'm my own producer. What am I, one of these fake leftist YouTube shows? One of these fake leftist YouTube shows where they don't even know how to make their own show, but they hire someone else to do it for them? Nah. I don't believe in that shit. I don't believe in it. Just don't believe in it. So, what's poppin'? How's it going, everybody? I would like to remind everyone that today is my day of birth. I'm alive. As of today, I'm alive. I've got some breaking news, folks. I'm alive. I know, right? Isn't it incredible? So I'm 25 years old. That's cool. And that's it. That's all I got on that subject. I got some coffee here, some covfefe, and a nice green cup. I am definitely not in my late 20s. Nope. Nope. That's not happening. You have to wait until halfway through 25. I'm still in the first half. I don't know what to tell you. So, we're still rounding down. Yo, my foot is like fucked up right now. Holy shit. Yo, if I showed my feet on stream, my wiki feet rating would go down instantly. It would plummet because my feet are fucked up. To give you a little bit of like, you know, so you know how fucked up it is. Here's some skin that fell off of my foot. It just fell off. So that's the absolute state of my feet right now. I'm literally peeling. If anyone wants foot skin, if you want foot skin, DM me. Bidding starts at $30. DM me your highest offer. God damn. Anyway. Wesley, shit, you'll be 25 for at least 3 more years. Hell yeah, I'm excited. I'll be 25. Oh, goddamn son of a motherfucker. Alright, yeah, what's up, folks? Beautiful eyeballs, thank you so much. 5 stars. Don't worry, my eyeballs can't peel, at least not yet. We'll get to that when we can. So as you can see, Max the dog exists. He's... Max! You're ruining the birthday stream. Look at this dog. It's being gross. Max! Check this out. Maxie! Isn't that crazy? Like, we're communicating right now. You see that shit? I am communicating with a wild animal. Isn't that crazy? Like, think about this. Like, y'all don't even know. I am like, this is a wild ass animal that's just like in my house for whatever reason, right? And I'm just like, I like communicated with them. Isn't that like I use like sign language of some description, and we have exchanged information. This dog and myself exchanged information, and now this is what we've come to the conclusion of doing. After exchanging some very critical information, the dog has decided to come up here and get some pets. Oh, wait for it. Wait for it. Look at this fucking dog. Not yet, Alicia. Max seems down. He's not down. He's a dog. I'm not down. I'm a doggy. I love this goddamn animal. You're painting him right now? Oh my. He is not a wild... Max is a wild-ass animal. Look at this. Like, you're telling me this is civilized? This motherfucker in the chat room just said this is civilized. This is not civilized. I'm telling you this right now. There is no civilization going on here. Look at this shit. You're calling this shit civilized? Are you joking? Are you joking? You're saying this is civilized. What is this dog doing? That's not civilized. I'm telling you that right now. That's a wild ass animal. That's a wild motherfucking animal. Alright, folks. So yeah, I'm 25 years old. That's pretty cool. Is anyone in the chat, like, I know I've been asking this for a couple days, right? Is anyone in the chat 25 or younger? Anyone? Am I still the youngest motherfucker in the chat room? Hello? Is every single one of you older than me? Is that possible? Anyone? Right? Okay. Alright. So I'm still the youngest. I've retained my throne. Crickets. Like, Max is definitely not younger than me. 26. God damn it. Vibe check. Yeah, I need some vibe checks. So, this morning I was posting some additional clips to my thread from yesterday. I don't know if you saw them, but we'll go into them. And I've got another thing I'm going to talk about, but we'll go into that. I was 25 10 years ago. Oh my God. Lilith! Lilith, thank you for the love of God. Thank you, thank you. Lilith is here, folks. Lilith is here. Someone younger than me has entered the chat, slid right in. So now I don't feel like I'm a special beast. Thank you, Lilith. 20 years old. Isn't that crazy? That is wonderful. God damn it. All these old ass motherfuckers are like fucking, like, I don't know. It's kind of creepy, actually. Why are so many old people watching me? That's creepy. Isn't that creepy? Why don't y'all do it as something age appropriate, huh? I mean, I guess this is age appropriate because everyone else is old too. So. Oh my God. Lilith came in here and rescued me. Yo, look at that dog. Yo, look at my fucking tan. Look at this shit. Check this out. Are you seeing this? Look at this tan. Like, it's great because it's on like one side of my arm. So I can just do this. Like, isn't that incredible? I've never had a tan before. 40s is the new 20. Well, then I'm looking forward to being 40 because I'm enjoying 20, and if I can retain that for another 20 years, that'd be pretty good. Sorry for having gotten old. You better be sorry. Look at this fucking dog. Wait, you can't even see the dog. Look at this dog. Look at him. Look at him. This is a wild animal. The back pain. Oh no. Anyway, folks, I guess we'll start the stream, huh? Brian Hamilton, can anyone hook me up with a decent weed guy in Elizabeth City? Imagine asking that question in a fucking live stream. Bro, thank you for asking, officer. Thank you for asking, officer. I appreciate that, officer. Yeah, officer. I've got a great weed guy, officer. Would you like to give me your business email so that I can send you my... This motherfucker. What are you doing? Look at this dog. What is this dog doing? That's crazy. Look at him. Hi. Hey. Do you think Max knows it's my birthday? Why? He had no idea what to do there. They make pillows in cube form now. Is that cube 4? New iteration? Cube 4. My pillow is just a platform for something much bigger. I don't know what Max's birthday is, so I'm going to go back and find the first day that we got him, and that'll be his birthday. Alright, folks, let's get into the recap today. So, yesterday was the 40th straight day of protests in the city of Elizabeth City over the police assassination of Andrew Brown Jr. And so, we have been marching in the streets for 40 consecutive, that means not missing a single day, days in Elizabeth City. I think that this is a historic amount of protests. And again, I want to remind everyone that this is non-violent and, not necessarily peaceful, but, still very much so non-violent. We are shutting major roads down every single day, at least at some point during the day. And so yesterday was Sunday. Usually on the weekends we have, larger amounts of crowds. And so we meet up at the waterfront park, and then we go to Airing House. So here's a little clip. So as you can see, good amount of people here. And so now I want to explain something real quick before I get on. A little bit of this is out of order. Because I've ever since the car attack happened, what I've been doing is I've been having my cell phone just recording constantly. And so this morning, as you can see 25 minutes ago, when I woke up, I was like, I wanted to post some other key moments that happened while we were on Airing House Street. And so again, because I've got my phone on constantly, if something happens, right, that I catch on my phone, it's hard to post that because then I have to cut it out and that kind of stuff, right? So while we were marching on Airing House, I did capture this moment of a Pasquotank County Sheriff's officer driving out of the way here. As you can see, this is very similar to what Officer Parr did the other day. They were blocking the side street, and then they just drove away. As you can see, that just happens, right? And so I don't know exactly what the reason for that may have been. I'm not sure. But what I do know is that we did have a car drive up here while we were there, while protesters were here. Now, they were a friendly vehicle, right? They were someone that's supportive of the protests, right? But again, what if it wasn't? So I want to be very clear, and I've got that whole interaction on film. I recorded the whole thing. But I don't want to, post anyone's shit if it's not a dangerous person, right? So I didn't want to post their car because they don't, deserve to have their car posted online if they're a normal person, right? But someone did drive up, and they stopped there, and they waved out, and they were doing the fist, and they were supporting us and honking along with the chat room, or the chants rather. But again, the other day we had a similar situation, and it just so happened that the person who was in that car in that position was an angry neo-Confederate. Right, so I just want to be very clear. I got this on camera. Unfortunately, I do not have any understanding or identification on who the officer is here. But I'm sure, provided that if the Pasquotank County Sheriff's Department were to look into this situation, which of course they won't, but if they were to have done so, they would know who was here. But again, I just want to be very clear that the police are always still putting us in danger. And this is one of the perks of having my camera on at all times, is that I'm going to capture these moments of the cops just... Where are you going, bud? Who knows? Who knows? So this is another thing that happened on Airing House. This is really funny. So I want to introduce everyone to Karen from Aaron's. So there's a furniture store called Aaron's, and Karen came out to share some words with us. So let me play this. It's hard to hear, but just listen.
What?
So I'm, you can hear the chanting, right? So she comes out and says white lives matter, and then she says black lives don't matter. Like, we all know that when people say white lives matter, that they really mean black lives don't matter. But she actually spelled it out for us. She said white lives matter, black lives don't matter. She actually just said that, so.
What?
Fuck white lives.
Do what they doing.
Fuck your life.
Go with parents.
Fucking, and so, someone rolls over there and says, fuck white lives, bitch. It's just so good. Now, I want to be very clear that we stopped back at Aaron's after the protest and asked, because we didn't know if that was an employee or a customer. And so we did stop back afterward and we spoke to the manager, and the manager had told us that was a customer, and that the manager had told the customer when she went back in that was extremely inappropriate and that she's no longer welcome, that kind of stuff. So I want to be very clear that is not on, the businesses, and it's not their fault that they had an angry fucking racist in their store, right? I mean, you can make, I guess you could make an argument with the domino effect of why an angry racist would be interested in shopping at Aaron's, but that's, whatever. The manager said that they told the customer to leave, so that's good. But either way, we did go back and we literally spoke to the manager, and so we got that information for you because we weren't sure, right? And so we are building a blacklist of all businesses to never shop at in Elizabeth City, right? And so people were like, let's add Aaron to the blacklist, right? And then so I was like, as an independent journalist, I'm going to go over there and get the scoop, and then I did, and the scoop is that it was a customer and they don't work there. So, now, after that, we are going, we move off of Airing House over to marching toward Perry Street. And Perry Street is, of course, where Andrew Brown Jr. was shot and killed by the Confederate Klansmen on the sheriff's vehicle. And so, as you can see, we have a pretty good amount of people, pretty healthy crowd. I thought, that we had a very good amount of people. Around this time, the rain started to, hit a little bit harder. And so again, the rain. Now, I guess my new phone is waterproof, right? I don't know, because I've got this cool ass case. By the way, here's Max the dog. I've got this cool ass case, right? No damage whatsoever. So I was recording the whole thing in the rain. But it's hard to when I was trying to post clips, right? Because the rain drops, it makes it hard to actually touch things, right? And to actually open apps, right? But right, if I'm just filming and the app's already open, right, that's easy. So I just filmed throughout most of this. And there were some key moments that I would have liked to cut out and post, but I don't know how appropriate it is to post them in public. But I did have some key moments of police interactions with certain protesters that, again, I don't want to post them in public, but I do have them. And if anyone was there and they know what I'm talking about, I do have that stuff on tape. So if you need that, let me know. But suffice it to say, Deputy Police Chief Jimmy Evans was struggling to do his job yesterday. Let's just put it that way. And so, yeah, so I have, this decent picture of us moving through. And so, we're marching through the area. We go in basically a giant circle, and we're on the way back to the waterfront park. And that's basically it. So we get back to the waterfront park. I could post some more clips from the waterfront park. In fact, it actually, I have some B-roll. Actually, I have the entirety. Hold on, let me go get this shit. I might as well, right? I mean, I have the whole fucking shit here. So, where's the video file? Right, okay. So, again, I'm just having my camera on almost at all times, right? And so, this is about 20 minutes of the march. So, we stand here, talk a little bit, and there was a really awkward situation here when we were marching back to the waterfront, is that the cops kind of left this giant gaping hole, right? So, I feel like if someone did want to kill us, they really very much so easily could have. Now, these two are apparently police officers. Now, one of my problems with Elizabeth City Police is they use a lot of unmarked cars, right? And that's a huge problem because who knows? If a car is unmarked and has no lights on, how do you know it's a police officer, right? You just don't know. And so this is us marching back to the waterfront. Again, very, very much so leaving us wide open here. I don't know what that was all about. And so we get back to the waterfront, people talk about what we're doing next week, that kind of stuff. But again, if you want to get some nice little B-roll here, this is me, just recording everything. So I'm trying to just have my camera on at all times, just in case something interesting happens. Again, I got that Karen from Aaron's moment, and I got that cop car moving out of the way moment, right? And that kind of stuff. You never know when something's going to pop on, and it's useful to not have to pull your phone out of your pocket and then open up the camera app, right? To already have it on and then just have to point it. That's a very easy thing. So I'm going to continue. I'm going to continue just having my camera out at all times. And if that disrupts the ability for me to be a real-time poster, I think that that's okay. Because to be honest, the real-time posting is less important than making sure that things that are potentially really important are documented. Would I rather post something on Twitter to say get 15 retweets, or would I rather film a police interaction that almost gets us killed? You know what I mean? So I want to be very clear that, again, if something happens, I'm going to try to post some more of the information. This morning, I wanted to post these 2 clips because these were 2 memorable points that I wanted to make sure were documented, that kind of a stuff. And so there you go. And so, over the next week or so, we are going to be having a bunch of solidarity rallies in all kinds of cities across North Carolina. And we're also going to have people bus from Elizabeth City to Raleigh and from Elizabeth City to D.C. for some other actions. I have made my decision that I will stay in Elizabeth City to film whatever happens here, because I feel like media will follow. Media will be in Raleigh and media will be in D.C. And I don't know who's going to stay back and cover what happens in Elizabeth City. So taking my media role a little bit more seriously, I'm going to stay back in Elizabeth City and film the local protests, because we are having people from EC go to various other points to participate in demonstrations, and then we're having some people stay back here for also to participate in demonstrations, so we can say that we've held the streets for X amount of days in a row. And so I'm going to stay back in Elizabeth City and film that kind of stuff. Would I like to go back to DC? I used to live in DC, for those of you that don't know. Would I like to do that? Sure, right? But I don't think it's appropriate for me to do so if it means that no one's going to be able to film what happens in Elizabeth City. And so I'm going to be staying back, so letting everyone know on my decision on that one. So that's the basic thing going on. Next week we've got a bunch of things planned. And so again, today will be day 41. Today is also my birthday, day 25, year 25, right? And so that's going to be that's the next week. That was yesterday. And fuck white lives, bitch. That's all I got to say on that one. Woo. So how's everyone doing today? What's up? Is Lilith still here, or did they leave? Am I the youngest person again? Lilith, please, are you here? Gosh darn it. I'm still here, thank God. So I'd like to provide everyone an update. Just I'm not gonna turn this into a segment, but I do want to provide everyone an update. So, okay. So yesterday I issued, and again, I'm not going to make this a segment, but yesterday I issued a call-out post to a one Ben Burgess. And so I want to let everyone know that the DMs have begun. The direct messages and the exchanges of ideas and information has begun. And Ben Burgess says that the debate with Andrea might very well happen. I'm just saying that you shouldn't bring Ben on a show to talk about a different topic, because look at him being wrong on this isn't exactly an appealing way to make a pitch to me. So, you know, I don't care about that part, but I do care about this part. The debate with Andrea might very well happen, so that's important. But also, I want to provide everyone the straight dope here. So after being asked to debate, after DMing with me a little bit, he posted a bizarre thread, like a bizarre thread. I mean, again, maybe I should go grab my Ben Burgess book collection to showcase I'm a true believer in that he was, more intelligent a year ago than he is now. But please. So again, he posted this like really bizarre thread here. Like, it's really strange. So, thread, any anti-war leftist as old as I am, okay, he's talking about, like, Al-Qaeda or something. I don't know what the fuck this has to do with him saying nobody died on January 6th. Like, I don't know why he's bringing up Al-Qaeda in this. Like, it's real. Is he calling himself a lefty from way back, unironically? Yes, I think that's exactly what he's doing. So, obviously, for fuck's sake, we don't have warm feelings about the ugly mob of far-right boomer weirdos who stormed the Capitol, taking selfies and shouting, but that's not, okay, at least he mentions, hanging Mike Pence, right? So, at least he acknowledges that did happen, right? But also, that they'd never in a million years have the guts to, how do you know that? There's no, this is, for a logic king, this is an unfalsifiable hypothesis. And as a logic king, Ben Burgess is a logical heavyweight, right? No offense. I'm sorry. But I'm sorry. But again, this is not a logical statement. They never in a million years have the guts. There is no proof of that. You have no way of determining whether or not that's true. That is, again, it's an unfalsifiable hypothesis. You can say that, but it's unprovable. You cannot falsify it. You cannot prove it. It is just a statement. It is an opinion, right? It is not something that you can have an objective answer to. You don't know what would have happened. All we know is that they were chanting "Hang Mike Pence," right? Now, that's all we know. So it is impossible to determine whether or not they would have made good on that. So for someone who, again, tries to make himself seem like he's a logical, superhero or whatever, or a supervillain, I don't know what he sees himself as, right? I'm just saying that's a little bizarre. And then he, puffs out his, his whatever, I don't know. And then, he posts this other, weird, this was, I guess what led to this thread, right, was he posted this, and then he had time to ruminate on it, right? My take was and is that alarmism about the importance of a one-day riot with no murders and attempted murders, I don't, with no murders or attempted murders, I don't even, how do you even, seriously, what the fuck is this garbage? But anyway, I don't want to turn this into a segment because he accepted my debate challenge, at least as of right now. He did respond to my DMs. And so we'll see how it goes. But again, this is a bizarre, weird heel turn for Ben Burgess. And I'm down to call him out, and I'm down to debate him on it. So, just giving you the update, because y'all, y'all were spamming him yesterday. Milo, especially, was like, Ben, please debate Andrea. And I'm like, okay, all right, okay. I'm just sitting back and watching this happen. And so we'll go from there. Who paid what for how many muffins? I love muffins. How's everyone doing today? Ben on MR the other day would be a good prep. What was I heard he's been kind of doing a cringe tour. I don't have enough time to watch podcasts anymore. I'm sorry, I just don't. So I haven't watched Majority Report and outside of the one that I was on, right? And whenever since the protest started, right? But I heard he's been doing a little bit of a cringe tour with his canceling comedians book. And he's been doing a lot of having a lot of really bizarre takes. What's poppin', 11? How's it going? So I don't know what that is, right? Ben and Sam took over an hour to get nowhere on cancel culture. That's amazing. About ready for a nap. How about you? I'm not there yet, yodeler. I'm not there yet. It's my birthday. I'm only 25, okay? Okay? I don't know, like, I'm just going to be, like, very upfront with y'all. As someone who's been a streamer since I was, like, 15 years old, right? Like, I know a lot of the dynamics of selling out, right? And to me, like, again, and Ben can feel free to defend himself, but, like, the idea of him, like, writing a book about canceling comedians and then, like, doing this whole cringe tour about cancel culture when, like, there's way more important things to discuss. Like, to me, that's just, like, that's... like, he's picking an audience and sticking with that, and for the sake of money. That's what it seems like to me. Like, and I've been in this game for a while. I've been on multiple sides of this game for a long time. That's what it seems like. You just, like, pick a lane, and you just stick with that lane until the money dries up. And so I hope that that's not true. But, like, I don't know. And that's the impression. And again, I'm not watching all the interviews. So, again, I want to be very clear that... you know, for the sake of logic, that I am not with a full... I do not have a full understanding of... you know, I haven't seen all the... I haven't read his new book, so I'm just throwing that out there. But the idea that you'd be doing a whole tour, right? Like, again, like the idea that you're going to say January 6th is no big deal, but you're going to do a tour on cancel culture? You know what I... like... you know what I mean? You know, like, that's, like, that to me is, like, that's silly. That's what a silly person would say. Now, if you're saying January 6th was a huge deal, by the way, I just wrote a book on cancel culture, so I want to talk about that instead, that's fine. Right? But the idea that you're going to go off on a tour talking about cancel culture and then simultaneously say that January 6th was no big deal, right? That's strange to me. That's, like, that's something out of, like, a fucking... that's like a weird thing, you know? Like, that's... I can't wrap my brain around that, so... happy birthday, my friend! Thank you, thank you! The Ruben route, yup. Happy birthday, just stopping by to say hello. Well, I am staying here, and I will say goodbye, Chukrulo. So, bye-bye! He should write a book about virtue signaling. Hey. But yeah, I don't know. I don't really have anything else queued up today, so, like, I'm down to just chill with the chat. So what's poppin', y'all? How's it going? Hopefully everyone's having, like, a good day, because I'm having, like, I'm not gonna lie to y'all. Like, I'm just, like, I don't know, like, you know, it's my birthday, so, like, feel free to let me, like, blog here about the status of my life, right? But it's like, Lord have motherfucking mercy. Right? Also, don't pay attention to the noises. I have no idea what the hell you're talking about. But, like, Lord have motherfucking mercy, right? Like, I remember my birthday last year. My birthday last year, I spent watching people, like, I was, like, when Trump went into the bunker... right? And people were, like, banging on fences and, like, throwing Molotovs at the White House, right? That was my birthday last year. I was, like, just watching that from, like, you know, a television screen. But, like, now... is that a seed? Yo. Check that out. But now, like, I'm in this situation... and again, I'm peeling oranges here, fellas. But now I'm in a situation... where it's, like, I'm actually, like, protesting... like, I have had to run from police... several times, right? I've had, like, guns pointed at me, right? Like, you know, like, I don't know, man, my life is crazy right now. Like, that is fucking crazy right now. You know what I'm saying? Like, and it's just, like, it's hard to keep up with. Just how absolutely insane, just, like, everything in my life is. And that's, like, you know, I really, like, it's hard for me to describe. It really is, so... And again, like, I am going to be going to a protest today. Like, I'm literally going to be protesting on my birthday. Like, that's crazy to me. Like, when these protests started, I was like, you know, like, I wonder how long this is going to last. Like, maybe a week, right? But I had no idea that this shit would last until my birthday. Like, that's crazy. What if it lasts until my next birthday, too? Like, that would be even crazier. That'd be even fucking crazier. Are you talking about the Doom one, Menu Frog? Unless there's another video. But Bodan made a Doom video as like a little bit of a birthday tribute to me. No, he posted it a week ago. But yeah, I mean, again, like, I also, like, just on this, like, on the subject of, like, YouTube, right? Like, last year, I was doing Above It All as, like, a direct-to-video series. But now I'm doing it as, like, a daily podcast, right? And so, like, that, like, you know, 7 days a week, even on my birthday, you know, like, this is, you know, a loud car just activated. You know, like, I don't know, like, I'm having a lot of fun just, like, being alive right now. You know what I mean? Like, just being, like, a human being who's alive and interacting with other human beings in society and, like, the role that I am currently playing in society right now for other people. I find that to be fascinating, right? And I personally, on a personal level, can't stop thinking about how fascinating it is that I am here right now, like, doing a podcast that, like, 40 people are watching this. Why are 40 like, what are you people doing? Like, what's going on here? I have no idea, right? What changes do you see in the community because of the protests? Changes are, I have, like, fucking 70 new friends. That's the change. Like, and that's the thing, again, that it's like, when I first moved, I moved here, like, a couple months before the pandemic started. Right? And when I first moved here, my life was in shambles, right? I was like, you know, I'm like fresh off the fucking heels of like 3 suicide attempts, right? Like I'm like messed up, right? And so like I move here and then a couple months go by and then boom, there's a fucking global pandemic. My life is falling apart, right? And then I make a decision. It's like, okay, well, there's a global pandemic. That means everyone's life is falling apart. Right, and for me, what that did, because my life was already, like, in a downward spiral, right? And then, like, the only thing I had to hope for was the Bernie Sanders campaign and then crash and burn, right? Don't even get me started, right? And so my life is in a downward motherfucking spiral. I'm gonzo. Like, you know, all my hope and dreams and everything I put all my energy into was just crashed into the fucking ground, right? Boom, destroyed. My entire life is meaningless, right? And then a global pandemic happens, and my brain is like, okay, this is a good thing because it puts everyone in the situation that I'm in. You know what I mean? So like I'm in a situation where my life is in shambles, right? And that's just been my life up until that point, right? And then so it's like, all right, now everyone's life is in shambles. That gives me an opportunity to, like, you know, skip ahead a couple spots on the leaderboard. You know, like that gives me an opportunity, you know, to like leapfrog a couple people. And so I lost 70 pounds, right? I made the decision to quit meat. You know, I stopped eating sugar for the most part. I used to eat sugar every single day, you know, like just like food choice, dietary choices. I cut sugar from my diet 99%. I also have sugar sometimes. Like yesterday, I had like an alcoholic ice pop. It was super interesting, right? But, you know, I'll have sugar every once in a while, but I used to, like, eat it all day, every day. Like, you know, like, all of the products that I would cook with had added sugar, that kind of stuff, right? So I, like, made the, like, healthy eating choices, right? I lost, like, 70 pounds, right? I, like, read, like, a lot of books. I tried to, like, learn a lot. I watched a lot of documentaries. I tried to, like, expand. You know, I started a fucking, you know, like, this show. I converted it from direct to video to a podcast, right? And this has all been very helpful for my mental health and my physical health, right? Like, if I'm, like, going out there and saying, look how healthy I am, I can't just stop being healthy. Like, people are going to yell at me if I stop being healthy. You know what I mean? Like, if I just show up eating fucking ice cream every day, people are gonna be like, yo, bitch, what the fuck's going on, right? So, like, I have, like, and now, like, I have people that, like, I'm inspiring people, right? Like, what the fuck? Or I get people emailing me, it's like, I lost 20 pounds because you inspired me to eat healthy. And I'm like, what the fuck is going on with your life? What is going, like, that's crazy to me, right? I'm out of the loop on this North Carolina thing. Yo, watch every single video for the last 40 days. I've done a recap every single day, Chakrulo. But yes, 5 minutes down the street from me, this happened. Yo, and again, I want to remind everyone, right? I want to the day that Andrew Brown was shot. I was like, when I found out, I was like on like mushrooms, right? And I'm like, all right, let me check Twitter. Like, I hope it's safe to check Twitter. And then I see Elizabeth City trending on Twitter, and it's like, right, is that a glitch in the simulation? And did I take more shrooms than I thought I did? Right? But no, there's just a national news story developing 5 minutes down the street from me. Right? And so, like, that was a little bit of an interesting moment in my life. Check your PayPal. I will. Y'all motherfuckers, thank you so much. I got like 4 different like people giving me money. Thank you so much. I'm gonna cry. Thank you. I mean, it means a lot. It really does. Like, I like, is one from, Rialon sent me one. Rialon. I mean, I don't like reading people's names out, because it's like, I've been in it, like, okay, let me, like, as someone that, like, has been in a situation where I don't like the name that's listed, like, on things like PayPal, I feel uncomfortable, like, reading other people's names out loud. And so, like, I don't want to be that person that, like, makes someone else uncomfortable because they don't like their name. But Rialon, thank you. And then Smia, thank you. Right? But, like, I don't, you know who you are, and I appreciate that. Like, if you want me to, like, specify you or whatever, like, feel free. Like, please shout me out. Like, put in your little notation. Please, for the love of God, shout me out. I've got nothing going in my life. All I need is a shout out. Like, if you want that from your life, there you go, right? But, like, I want to do that only consensually. I only shout out in bed. Oh my god. Yo, Mila! What's up? You're gonna have to go back and watch it, because I name dropped you a couple times. How does it feel, Mila, that you have interacted with the stream in such a capacity that even if you don't watch, you get name dropped? How do you feel about that? I gave you a shout out on the Doom World Fort. Would you mind Discord DMing me a link to that? I would love to know that. Q, when are you playing Minecraft today? That's a great question. On the subject of video games, I've recently been replaying Quake 2. And that's a lot of fun. I might learn to speedrun it. I know, right? Like, is it too early for me to say that? But, like, I haven't speedrun a new game. Like, I haven't learned a new speedrun in a long time. And it's like, I really enjoyed playing that game again for the first time in a couple years. And so I might learn that. My neighborhood was looted. I do remember that. And then I made fun of that bitch. I can't remember being 25. I hope you have the best birthday in year ever. I mean, like, again, I was saying this earlier, right? Is that, like, my life right now is, like, I could not eat, like, I guess, like, maybe improve like, my physical living space, like, have, like, a bigger house, or, like, you know, what, like, but, like, that kind of stuff, like, I'm not very interested in that, right? But, like, as far as, like, you know, personal relationships, amazing, right? As far as, like, you know, again, protesting is one of the, like, I feel, like, alive, I feel useful, I feel like, I'm like protesting the government and that kind of stuff. Community activism is like one of my favorite fucking things that I've ever done in my life, right? So having this happen in my city, and for this to be something I can interact with on a daily basis, Lord have mercy, right? And then again, that's not to mention all the new friends that I've made and like that kind of stuff. It's like I could not envision a scenario where it's like 2 months ago I were to have even thought something like this were possible, right? And so, like, that's where I'm still, like, blown the fuck away right now by the quality of my life. So, like, I'm just, like, as a birthday present, I mean, again, shit's amazing right now. You hit my Cash App? Whoa. Please don't hit me. Thank you so much. Thank you so much. Thank you. I appreciate that. Y'all are just super nice to me for like no reason. Like, I mean, is it because I'm nice to you? Is that like, are these consequences of my actions? Like, why is it that y'all are so nice to me? You know, you know what I mean? Like, what is it? What did I do for this to happen? It's good to feel good, even more so when you worked hard to feel good. See, that's the situation I'm in, because it's like, again, a year ago, I mean, maybe not a year ago, like a year and 3 months ago, you know? A year and 3 months ago. Because I made a decision to better my life, like, around March and April. So, but yeah. I mean, it's crazy. Like, I read a bunch of books on, like, health and nutrition, and then, like, I made dietary changes, and then, like, I lost excess weight and became healthier and have more stamina. Like, that, you know, like, those are the consequences of my action. Like, that's crazy, right? Look at that. I have a dog. Look at that. Like, look at, can we talk about this? I've got a fucking dog. Right? Like, a year ago, I didn't have a dog. Like, I just have a dog. Like, that alone, you know, like, oh, fuck. Like, if nothing else were different, like, if I were still unhealthy, still depressed, whatever, nothing else were different, and the only thing were different that I have a dog, my life would still be out of control. Like, I would still be on an upward trend. But it's like everything else going on, combined with the fact that I've got a fucking dog, you know, like, it's crazy. Out of motherfucking control. What kind of dog? That motherfucker's a mutt and a half. That's why I love him. I've lived like 23 and a half years of my life just being extremely depressed. Right? Up until, you know, this whole thing. I mean, I've just been like in and out of it. So it's like, it's crazy to like actually have motivation to live every day. Like just on sleep quality. Like, this is something I've noticed recently. Is like just on sleep quality, right, alone. Right, like having like a purpose every day when you wake up makes it easier to fall asleep in the evening. You know? And like that kind of stuff, and it's just like, man, it's crazy, like just what's going on in the world, you know what I mean? An Australian cattle dog. Whoa! That's crazy. You gotta lick the motherfucking stream, folks. There's no other option. 1 hour later, there for your B-Day lol. 1 hour hater out there. What? Lord have mercy. My dyslexia. Help. Whoa. It's right now, Anastasia. Like, actually around this time, too. 25 motherfucking years ago. What a world. My turtle is lonely and keeps trying to make love to a rock. I am so sorry to hear about that. Thank you for all your efforts. I'm providing effort right now, like, for sure. I'm definitely trying my best. So providing a lot of effort. Uncomfortable viewing, but there's no other choice. Oh my fucking god. To my fellow abovers, heart emoji with sparkles, heart emoji with sparkles, heart emoji with sparkles, heart emoji with spark. That's an uneven amount of heart emojis with sparkles. There's 5 on the left side, 4 on the right side. Mila, I got bad news. I've got bad motherfucking news. I need to remove your message. I'm sorry. It violates the code. I'm sorry. You have an uneven, you violated the even sparkled heart distribution act of 1812. So I apologize, but you're going to have to try again. I don't know what else to tell you. Get it together, Mila! Stop! Get it together, Mila. Fucking get it together. That's so good. Get it together. Oh my god. That's such perfect language, too. That's so funny. Rude! No! No! OMG. Get it together, Mila. What are you doing? Lord of mercy. Choking on ashes. Lord, stop it, stop it. Fucking... I can't with get it together. Get it together is so fucking funny. That is so fucking funny to me. Andrea, what's your opinion on American Dad speedrun memes? I don't really know what that is, to be honest. Isn't that a show? Is there a game? I just got up. That's my piss. Didn't you just get up like 20 minutes ago, Mila? Drink some gosh darn coffee. Some kofefe, for goodness sakes. Oh my god, Guinea the Dragon, you gotta stop it. Yeah, I'm gonna be honest. I've actually recently started drinking beers. Like, and I just want to say I do not like them. Like, they taste horrible. But I'm just like at that point in my life right now. Like for the past couple of weeks where, sometimes I'll have 1 or 2. And, it's interesting. I can understand why people would do that. But they taste so bad. Like, they're so bad. Like, I had a couple yesterday, and they're so bad. Like, they taste so terrible. Why do people do that to themselves? What kind? I don't even know what that... I don't know what a kind is. I don't know enough about beer for that. Like, it's really genuinely, like, it's just not great. It's just not great.
I liked beer. I still like beer. But I did not drink beer to the point of blacking out.
Oh my god. What brand name? Just whatever people have. I've tried like 4 or 5 different kinds. I like none of them. Like, they were all horrible. I go into the bar and I just say, "Hey, yo, bartender."
I liked beer. I still like beer. But I did not drink beer to the point of blacking out.
Fuck. Oh, there's an actual game? That's funny. Don't even start. I mean, like, it's one of those things where it's like, you know, I don't know. I don't mind getting a slight amount of alcohol in my system if I'm, like, you know, hanging out with people or whatever. So, I'll try it. But it's definitely not going to be something I'll regularly integrate. Like, I couldn't imagine buying beer, like, and bringing it to my house. You know what I mean? Bodan, could you imagine being from Ukraine and not knowing about this legendary moment?
I liked beer. I still like beer. But I did not drink beer to the point of blacking out.
Like, the idea, right? Like, okay, let me put it this way. If someone has beer at their house, okay, I'll have like 1, maybe 2. But I could not imagine being the person that has beer at my house. You know what I like? That's where things get a little confusing for me. Like, imagine, like, you go to the store and the store sells alcohol and you walk out with a case of beer. Like, I couldn't, you know, like, to me, it's just, again, it's like, that's to me, like, I couldn't, that would be like, you know, I don't know. I don't know what it would be like. It's just such a bizarre thing. I couldn't imagine what that would be like because that's so much more bizarre than any other possible analogous situation. You know what I mean? Max! Fucking Jeffrey, I like beer. When I was 25, a case of beer would be 1 case too few. Like, that's the thing, is I could barely get through, like, 2 or 3 beers, right? Because, like, at that point, like, it just tastes so horrible, and I can't get drunk fast enough for the taste to go away. Have I ever tried wine? Yeah, wine's okay. I mean, like, I don't know. Wine's okay. But I would rather just, like, my alcohol of preference is just vodka. Like, just give me that. Like, even just, like, straight. Like, if I'm going to drink alcohol, I want to get drunk with it, like, the fewest sips possible. Because alcohol doesn't taste good. You know what I mean? Like, it doesn't taste good. So just give me, like, 2 shots of vodka. I'll be good for an hour. Like, you know, like, I don't need to be sipping shit. I'll sip water, for God's sake. You know what I mean? But for me, like, I just try to min-max it. You know what I mean? Like, that's what I do. Like, when it comes to alcohol consumption, I'm a min-maxer. I'm like, I want to have 1 to 2 shots per X amount of minutes with, you know, per fluid ounces water in between. You know what I mean? Do I mix vodka with something? If there's something to mix it with, maybe, but... Look at this dog. Yo, White Claw is pretty good. I'm a fan of White Claw. Max! Look at this dog. Bodan be like,
I liked beer. I still like beer. But I did not drink beer to the point of blacking out.
I just like, if you're gonna drink something for the taste, like drink like soda or something, you know what I mean? Like beer just tastes horrible. Like I guess if you're just stupid, like if you're just a dumb motherfucker, I guess you could like beer. But like think about this. Like who's company for you? If you like beer, think about guilt by association.
I liked beer. I still like beer. But I did not drink beer to the point of blacking out, and I never sexually assaulted anyone.
Right, that's the company you keep. Right? So like think about that. Like I'm just saying, I'm not the beer enjoyer here. That's y'all. That's y'all. That's your boy. I don't know what to tell you. That's your boy. I don't know what to tell you. Max, what the fuck? You keep jumping up and jumping down. I only have the hat because it's called Yeehaw, and I think that's cute. I've never actually had their product. Look at this dog. Hitler was a vegetarian. I know what I'm having for dinner. Beer does not taste horrible. What beer are you drinking? I mean, there can be horrible beer, but one should just be... Well, I don't know enough about beer to get the non-horrible ones. I just have whatever's offered to me. Max is a nice name for a dog. He's a nice dog, too. They should show this clip in AA meetings. Look at this fucking dog. Like, he just thinks that, like, my leg is his property. Like, Max interprets my leg as just like, yep. Yeah, it's not like I'm 70 or 80 fucking pounds and I'm putting my fucking sharp talons in your fucking thigh and pressing down with all of my might on your body. No. Whatever. I just want to... it's not like I could just stand next to you. No. I'm going to stand on your fucking leg and hurt you as much as possible. And then move around and then stab me every single time you pick up and put down. Thank you so much, Max. Thank you for that. Thank you. Lord have mercy. Look at that dog. He's still looking at me. Rewind? Rewind. You gotta go rewind. In fact, I'm gonna rewind. Holy shit. Mercy, look at that dog. He's still looking at me. I just rewound. Look at that. Lord have mercy.
He just did it again.
Max, you did it again. What is he doing? Oh. This dog just winked at me. Was that... Max, what the fuck? Look at this dog. Oh. No. Oh, now he's barking. God damn. What a dog. What a dog. Arr. So are you a Gemini? Yes. Arr. Alright, folks. I pretty much have nothing else to accomplish by streaming here, I think. I'm gonna end on a high note. If you understand what I mean by that. So I'm gonna end on a high note. Thank y'all for watching. Like, legit. Like, I mean, again, I don't, like, there's like a level of, like, you can't take me seriously. Because, like, I am just a person on a screen, you know, but you know, but like, you know, as some of you have met me in person, right? Some of you, but I mean, I like, you know, but I appreciate, you know, the daily interactions. You know what I mean? Like, I mean, I don't know how to show my appreciation that well, right? But I'm trying my best here. So I understand that, you know, y'all are probably a situation where it's like, you know, but it's interesting. It's like, you know, it's crazy to get up in the morning. I can talk about anything I want. I can, like, literally just sit here and pet my dog, and some motherfuckers will come in and, like, talk to me. Like, it's just like, what? Right? And then also, again, like, doing 40 days of protesting, like, that's pretty cool. Like, that's pretty fucking cool, right? And I'm gonna go protest later today. Right? Like, I don't know what we're doing today, but I'm gonna go fucking protest the motherfucking government, and it's gonna be fun. Right? And it's like, I'm so excited to, like, live my life. And, you know, I appreciate y'all for being here and watching this whole thing going on. Does Max know that you stream? Does he think you're crazy? He might think I'm crazy. Say Fora Bolsonaro. Sure. Fora Bolsonaro. I'm sorry, I was going off on a monologue there. But yeah, reminder, I am fully vaccinated, folks. I'm just throwing that out there. So, I mean, travel is an option. Though, I will not be traveling anywhere until these protests are not daily. So, but, like, travel is an option, you know, if y'all want to, like, come over here and protest with me. But, just throwing that out there. Pandemic, schmandemic. But please, like, you know, I still wear my mask inside because, like, I haven't gotten a cold at all since the pandemic started, and so I'm not taking my mask off. That's just me. Max thinks you talk to yourself for over an hour every day. I bet he does. Max! I got Moderna. The first shot made my arm hurt like a motherfucker. The second shot was fine, actually. Yeah, Bolsonaro's awful. Yo, whoa, Maxie, be careful, bud. Did y'all know that I had a personal interaction with Bolsonaro, also known as Bolsonaro? So in March of 2019, Bolsonaro came to Washington D.C., and I still lived in Washington D.C. at the time. So Bolsonaro came to Washington, D.C. to meet with the head of the CIA and then the President of the United States. And so I was at a protest against Bolsonaro, and when his motorcade came up, I was in the front of the crowd, and I gave him the double middle finger and made contact with his eyeballs. So, that is my one and only interaction with the president of Brazil. Throwing that out there. Now you know. Fuck that motherfucker. He knows personally. From me. Fuck that motherfucker. Little double
In my opinion, it's never too late. So, little double sound act. So,
all right, folks. Thank you again. I'm gonna, you know, God ass damn, right? Like, what a world that we live in. Thank you all for watching. I appreciate it. I will see you tomorrow Or if you live in Elizabeth City and come to the protest, I will see you today. And that's it. That's all I got.
The world is actually a small piece of the universe, right?
We hold these truths to be self-evident. All men and women created by go. You know the thing.
Running against the worst candidate in the history of presidential politics puts pressure on me. Could you imagine if I lose my whole life? What am I going to do? I'm going to say I lost to the worst candidate in the history of politics. I'm not going to feel so good. Maybe I'll have to leave the country. I don't know.
It's not that they don't want to help. They don't know quite what to do. Play the radio. Make sure the television. Make sure you have the record player on at night. The phone. Make sure the kids hear words.
The reason the market is doing what it's doing is people are sitting at home getting the checks from the government, okay? And this fair share is a bullshit concept. It's just a way of attacking wealthy people, and, I think it's inappropriate. We all got to work together and pull together.
I liked beer. I still like beer. But I did not drink beer to the point of blacking out.
No, seriously, hot sauce. I've been eating a lot of hot sauce, a lot of raw peppers and hot sauce.
Everybody comes in your grandmother year. Everybody comes in your grandmother year. Everybody comes in your grandmother. Everybody comes in your grandmother. Everybody comes in your grandmother. Everybody comes in your grandmother year. Father, everybody comes in your Everybody comes in your grandmother year.
Ladies and gentlemen, leaders and fighters for freedom and liberty and the American dream, the best is yet to come.
It's not that they don't want to help. They don't know quite what to do. Play the radio. Make sure the television. Make sure you have the record player on at night. The phone. Make sure the kids hear words.
They're not accountable to anyone. I get 10 to 12 million views a month, and they won't come out and address my progressive audience. They won't come out and address Bree's audience, or Katie's audience, or Justin Jackson, or you. They are not accountable to us. They are accountable to whoever the fuck themselves. Let's not kid ourselves. As Chris Hedges taught us a long time ago, the people attracted to politics are the most mediocre of people. They're not your friends. They are elected servants. Start fucking treating them that way.
I hear Brownie is seconding you in the background.
They're not your fucking friends. They're the people standing in between us and fucking healthcare. They're putting their fucking personal position ahead of that. Don't fucking forget that.
As far as my relationships with all people, I think I have great relationships with all people. I am the least racist person in this room.
I hate the white man. He's of the devil. He was made in a cave in the worst parts of Europe, produced from the lowest forms of humanity.
Well, you have to understand, the first time I ever heard of Black Lives Matter, they were chanting,
Pigs in a blanket, talking about police. Pigs, talking about our police. Pigs in a blanket, fry them like bacon.
Running against the worst candidate in the history of presidential politics puts pressure on me. Could you imagine if I lose my whole life? What am I going to do? I'm going to say, I lost to the worst candidate in the history of politics. I'm not going to feel so good. Maybe I'll have to leave the country. I don't know.
And then they have cans of soup. Soup. And they throw the cans of soup. That's better than a brick because you can't throw a brick. It's too heavy. But a can of soup, you can really put some power into that, right? And then when they get caught, they say, no, this is soup from my family. They're so innocent. This is soup from my family. It's incredible. And you have people coming over with bags of soup, big bags of soup, and they lay it on the ground, and the anarchists take it and they start throwing it at our cops, at our police. And if it hits you, that's worse than a brick because it's got force. It's the perfect size. It's like made perfect. And when they get caught, they say, no, this is just soup from my family. And then the media says, this is just soup. These people are very, very innocent. They're innocent people.
Watch a campaign with the man Tim Kaine. Tim Kaine in the membrane. Kaine in the membrane. Kaine in the membrane. Tim 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 Kaine in the brain.
Early in the morning, they went to the table with the black robe, table with the black robe, black robe, the black shield, went to the table with the black robe, the black shield.
Everybody comes in your grandmother. 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 Yeah.
Sam, if I could just get the sentence out. We could talk about Jimmy Dore's go and kill 15 kids tomorrow, and I still believe in force the vote.
We hold these truths to be self-evident. All men and women created by you know the thing.